What is up, guys? Fishing Adventures AU back with another video. Today I wanted to do a review of two reels that I use the most. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So we're gonna start out with my Daiwa TD Sol 4000 DC. This reel I've owned for a little bit less than a year, but I absolutely love this reel. It is super versatile, super lightweight, and it just really has no problems with it at all. So this is the 4000 DC, and it has the monocoque body. So first of all, D stands for deep spool, so it's gonna fit more line on there. And then C stands for compact. So even though it's a 4000 size, it's gonna be about a 3000 size. So it's just one size down, but with a bigger spool on it. Also the monocoque body, it's pretty much a fully sealed body. There's no screws in any of this body work right here. So it just is really sealed against saltwater, which is really nice, especially because I'm always fishing in the saltwater. I really never do freshwater fishing. So that fully sealed body is really nice. This thing just keeps going. There have been times where I have not washed this off because I've been on the road and I haven't had access to fresh water, but it has never seized up on me. And I will say it has a little bit of a sound, as you guys can hear, so it does need a service, but this thing has been an absolute workhorse. I've loved every second of owning this reel, and I think it's really great, especially if you guys are looking to upgrade to a more versatile reel. The 4000 size is really nice because I can use it in estuaries when I'm casting bigger lures or even bait, or I could use it off of the beach in the surf if I'm flicking some lures off into the surf, and you can even get beyond the waves there. If you just have a good lure and a good rod combo setup. So I have it spooled up with 12-pound Daiwa J-Braid Expedition. It's a little bit thinner than your typical braid, which is really nice because I get a further casting distance and I can also fit more line on the spool. Lastly, I have a Gomexus knob on this. So it's the cork. I usually have it paired up with my Raider, and I think the cork just goes well with the reel. I didn't really like the black power knob that much because the whole reel is just kind of a light color, so I like the cork a lot more. But it's been a super solid reel. I definitely recommend this if you're trying to upgrade your setup. And yeah, so let me just show you guys what it sounds like. So we got the drag knob and then the drag. And keep in mind, I haven't serviced this reel since I've gotten it. I pretty much just try to wash it off with fresh water when I can, but sometimes I'm out in literally the middle of nowhere, so I don't have the time or the means to wash it off. So it's not in the best condition, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But this is the bail. It's a really crisp feeling when you open and close the bail. You really get that lock in place when you open it, and then when you flick it closed, the springs really shut it really nicely. But yeah, this is the spinning. So it does make a sound, but as I said, I haven't really washed it, but you know, it really has a low startup inertia. So once I spin it, it just keeps going. And that's because of the monocoque body, and also it's mag sealed, which is Daiwa's like magnetic oil seal that keeps salt water out. So this spring is pretty much just self-contained, and you don't really even need to service it at all. I think if you want to get it serviced, you have to send it in to Daiwa themselves, and they have special stuff to actually open up the reel and service it. But it's buttery smooth still, even though it's making a little bit of noise. It really has a low startup inertia. So it's nice for using lures when you're doing a lot of stopping and starting, but it is a 4000 size, so you're probably not gonna use it for finesse stuff as much. But it does have a really low startup inertia, which means throughout the day, you're gonna have less fatigue and be able to fish longer ultimately. All right, guys, so the second reel that I use is the Vanford, Shimano Vanford 2500. 2500 is a really nice size for me when I use it for light tackle. I pretty much only got this for light tackle. I have it paired up with my T-Curve 2 to 4 kilo 7 foot, and it's been an absolute dream. I cannot tell you how good this setup is, you guys. But the reel itself, I'm super happy with it. It has a Hagane body, I think, which just helps with the durability. And also it has technology which pretty much shifts the center of balance closer to the handle here. So when you put it on the rod, it doesn't feel like you have this weight over here, kind of like putting your rod off balance, which will ultimately help you during those casting, longer casting sessions. But it's super smooth. It also has the MGL rotor, which helps with the low startup inertia. I will say though, this one has a higher startup inertia than the Daiwa. So it's really not that much, but it's a noticeable difference. With the Daiwa, I just give it one little touch and it'll kind of spin a little bit more. This one still spins a good amount, but in my opinion, not as much as the Daiwa, but I still absolutely love this reel for light tackle. I think the sealing overall isn't as good as the Daiwa with the monocoque body, but it is still super well sealed. I've been babying this thing, so you know, I'm really not like dunking in the water, anything like that, nothing crazy, but it has really been holding up pretty good, and yeah, no complaints here. Startup inertia, super low, as I said before, so it's really nice thanks to the MGL rotor. And it feels really solid in my hand, I will say too. I've already caught a kingfish and bonito on it, or mac tuna, frigate, whatever you guys call them, but it handled it super well. You have more than enough drag on this thing. I think it has about 12 kilograms of drag. So honestly, you're gonna be able to stop most fish, and the first thing that's gonna snap is your line or your leader probably. That being said, I have 2 spools for this one. So I have my 12-pound J-Braid Expedition, and then I have my 8-pound J-Braid Expedition. And I just like to have 2 spools because I think for this reel, you could use it for finesse stuff, but also on the borderline of ultralight, which is why I have the 8-pound. So if you're going after smaller species, this can definitely do it. And it's a little bit overkill with the amount of drag that you have, but I think overall this one's a really good option to go with. And honestly, get 2 spools for it, spooled up with 2 different types of line. So that way, if you get spooled, or if you just, you know, run out of line, or if you want to try heavier baits or whatever it is, then you can just switch up your spool. You don't have to get a whole new reel. So yeah, those are my 2 reels that I currently own. Super happy with both of them. And yeah, I'll be doing another video showing you guys the rods that I use with these ones. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.